Hello everybody, Good Buddy Q here with...
Lubo.
Very, very heavy.
Yes.
Soft pap. It's almost over.
You've presented a lot of themes in that last chapter.
And this one's gonna be the apex.
Feels very, generationally focused.
I will put my thoughts on it.
I know what you're doing, Kill.
Do you?
I have a decent idea.
But let's get into it. We can talk about it at the end. Let's go! So, the final door. Let's go. Let's see who's behind all this shit.
It's France, isn't it?
Yup. You called it. Do you want to be other France or do you want me to be France?
I'll be other France.
Bonjour?
Bonjour.
Wait a second. That voice. Well, you're the one,
Talking to you early on your head? Yes.
Well, were you the one trying to behead me?
Oui.
Awkward. Awkward!
I did not expect you to come this far without turning back.
Of course not. You have been plaguing me for some time and I want to know why.
Because you fucking deserve it.
Answer me!
You know why.
If I did, I won't come asking.
You know. You've always known but didn't want to admit it. I know you. I am you. I know everything you want, everything you hate, everything you love. And so, ask me that again. Ask me why I did things.
Why?
I want to die.
Excuse me?
I hate existing. I hate being a sheep, a puppet for others. I have lived for centuries watching people hate, steal, lie, die, and so much more. My own existence is meaningless. All my friends and loved ones never truly liked me. Why bother? And if someone could replace me easily. I want to die. End me. God, let me finally sleep eternally. Life is torture. For our kind, life is torture! Am I wrong? Don't we all wish for that sweet embrace?
You're right. But...
You can spin poetry all you like to let others be happy, but when it comes to yourself, you have nothing!
No. We have to wake up.
Do we? Do we really? Let us sleep, France. Let us die, France. Let us retire, France. Even the Nordics want to retire. They wonder if they can or not. Please. Please.
Fight! Fuck you. Oh shit.
Please, Francis. Let us go. We have left so many people behind. Let us go.
None!
How often have we prayed to God in our darkest hours only to be ignored? The longing for the sweet embrace of death and quiet peace, so that we may not have to hear us people crying and our bosses driving us forward.
Be still!
Franz, why do you keep denying me? Let's just sleep.
I can't. Life is meaningless, but...
Yes, it is. Everyone would be better without you. You make the world grey and ugly.
That's not true! Huh?
Big brother, don't give up! You murdering little asshole. People you like might be gone, but you still have those here. You can't let the despair consume you.
Mistakes were made, but the past is in the past. You can still improve and make things better for the future.
Not everyone... Whoa. Sorry, old boy. Not everyone you love has to love you back for you to still be loved as a person. Even if that means you hate yourself. Even if that means you hate yourself, means you're not deserving of love. We're still here for you. Same feelings for you or not. There is hope for the future, Frenya. You said yourself, hope is still around, even if everything looks bleak and miserable. Joy is what you make it to be. We are here for you.
Everyone, You're right. You're all right. I may want to die, but that doesn't mean that's what I need to do. I still have love. Love enough for the whole world. That includes myself, one way or another.
No. You are lying. I know you are. I can feel it. Nothing on earth will make us love ourselves. We are doomed to be hateful creatures for the rest of our miserable lives. How can you say such things so confidently? Stop lying to yourself. Just let this torture end. Please.
I'm not lying, Bossy. Yes, I cannot fully say I love myself fully, but I want to change that. I want to find help. I cannot let my fears keep me from enjoying life. I have been alive for so long, but I still have not done so much. Surely, we can find something new to keep life worth living, yes? No? Well, that's okay. You don't have to believe me. I don't exactly believe myself either, but I'll make sure to convince you, one way or another. I love you.
I love you too.
There's a start. If we keep saying it and smile as we do so, soon it will be real and we'll actually mean it. Now, let's go home, shall we?
God blimey, I think he's dead. Don't be silly. He's just having a good dream.
He looks a little upset, though. Do you think it's a good dream?
No, we'll see there. Little smile. Maybe it's a bittersweet dream? I have those sometimes.
Maybe we shouldn't wake him up. He seemed really tired this morning.
Horse hockey. He slept through the entire meeting. He was sleeping so soundly, I felt bad for not waking him up earlier. Also, if you touch him, I will throw you out that window. And Mrs. Train, we got her! I will get him then.
What?
Good morning, big brother! It's 6 in the afternoon, you stupid soul. But when someone wakes up, it's always good morning. What? No, that's not how it works. Good morning, Franya. I took more notes for you.
Senpai.
Oh, stop that!
Are you okay? Yes. Honestly, that was the best sleep I've had for a while. That's good to hear at least. But it's time to go. First though, Italy. Would you mind if I took you up on that lunch, or I suppose it would be the dinner offer?
Oh, sure, I'd love to. I know just the place. You're buying, though.
Magnifique. Would it be alright if we bought Canada along? Huh? Me? With your permission, I realize we haven't really had a chance to catch up to anything new. Sure. That sounds really nice, actually. Russia, you could tag along as well if you like. My treat for taking the notes.
I'd love to. I've been around with friends that hasn't been in so long. What am I, chopped liver?
Aha, so you do want to come with?
What? No, that's not what I meant at all, frog. I just don't like feeling left out.
Of course. But if you would like to join us, that is up to you.
Fine, but you're paying for it.
So, I am the man in this date then.
What? No! Never mind, I'll pay for myself! Keep your crummy mitts off of me.
Suit yourself.
Oh, so much fun! Let's go, 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 go!
Never underestimate the power of dreams. In one way or another, it is your body's way of trying to talk to you. When it happens, sometimes you need to listen closely. It may save your life. It did for me, and maybe it can for you. Thank you for playing Cauchemar, the Dream Team. And that's it. Ugh.
So who were you talking to with that game?
Myself. This was meant to be a game to kind of give a motivational speech to those who are down in the dumps. So, like, those with, like, suicidal thoughts, those who feared things around them, who just couldn't, have much hope in anything. This was kind of meant for them. I took a lot from A, what people feared, B, what I feared, and I just kind of stitched it in here with the most optimistic character you would ever think of. You wouldn't think they'd fear this kind of stuff, but they do. And just how they would deal with it. Maybe to give someone hope. Maybe if they won't listen to themselves, maybe they'll listen to France.
It felt a lot... Do you remember when I was going through that rough patch? And we had the Christmas stream a little while later. After, you had me on watch for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It felt a lot like that, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that whole self-love message at the end with France talking to his inner self, and just, it felt a lot like when you said, I would leave an enormous hole. It felt like France was channeling you. In a way.
And in a way, he was. That's me talking to you, talking to myself. Anyone who needs to fucking hear that. Because it's true. Even if... And one of the symbolisms I want to see of, like, yeah, sometimes your thoughts are way toxic and can be louder, but you can still get through it. They're not right. Things would not be better off without you. They would be worse. Just look at her wonderful life.
I've said those things to myself so many times. We all have. When you get to that point where you look out the window and you realize how insignificant and tiny you are, and how much stress and pain you put on everyone else around you. And you just want to go walk off and never come back. Because you figure it'd be easier on everyone else if you went.
That ain't true.
France is a good character to represent this, honestly, because he is one of the most introspective 3D characters that Hetalia canonly has.
Mm-hmm.
Between him, England, the Nordics to some extent, and Russia, Lithuania too,
And Belarus, kind of.
and Belarus, who is to this day, I think, the only self-hating, self-aware character in the cast who actively hates what she is and longs for death. France is the best character to go forward with this kind of message, because he's the country of love, and he's a character who struggles with self-love. And Russia was the best character to deliver that message of trying to stay hopeful and upbeat even as the world pounds you to dust beneath its fists. Because it reminded me so much of the Bloody Sunday strip.
Mm-hmm.
That was the strip that actually, like, gave me a reason to latch onto Hetalia way back in the day when it came out. Because then I realized that there was an incredible depth to these characters just bubbling under the surface of all these gag strips. And France is one of those characters with an unbelievable amount of depth to him.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably by far the heaviest thing you have ever produced.
Mm-hmm. But it's something that needed to be said. Especially with things looking a lot more bleak for gosh darn almost anybody. It needs to be said. You know, it felt weird writing it down in a script form, honestly, of just how easy the other France's dialogue came out. And once or twice, I hesitated on France's dialogue to feel if it was right enough. But once I got into a rhythm, it got really easily.
Probably felt therapeutic in a way.
Mm-hmm. This game's a lot heavier than it lets on, and that's one of the reasons why I'm still surprised it didn't win any awards.
You should not have been making it for the rewards.
I wasn't. I'm just surprised. I was just making it for not myself per se, just the group. It was a good message, and I had been wanting to make a self-help game for a really long time, especially ever since I saw that one of the day the sky turned gray. Like, that was one of the inspirations behind this game, was, France doing this stuff. And I also always have had the headcanon of France has horrible depression, because, the country of love doesn't have self-love, is just something that's just, it seems right.
No, it makes perfect sense. You can pour yourself into everybody around you and prop them up and then leave nothing behind for yourself.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to give a good example of him needing some self-love instead of everyone else. Everyone else he confronted in this game was his own paranoias. He hated the thought of telling Italy the truth and upsetting him. He hated the thought of Russia someday breaking. Because he's the one in the anime and strips to see Russia go nearly mental on everybody.
He's also one of the few who actively checks in on him. And they have this really good casual back and forth. And it's like he's one of the few people that that actively tries to reach out to him.
Mm-hmm.
And not even in a sexual way, just checking up on him, seeing how he's doing, complimenting him, having small talk. It's not even like he's a pet project or anything. He's genuinely interested in him.
Mm-hmm. And I kind of felt it need to be important that with all these games of ships and stuff, that sometimes it don't work out right. Because it's like, yeah, it's kind of, I kind of slipped Farouk in there, but really, it's one-sided. Like, he's afraid that his confession's gonna get rejected, so he just doesn't. He's afraid of being hated, which for country of love, that's fine. Like, a valid fear. Especially with England, of all people. And even you can take it in a platonic way, if you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily needs to be romantic, but it's a fear and stuff that people don't really go over very much, especially in games. And I wanted to put that in, because that's something people fear as well. Just disconnecting themselves from people because they fear that they might be annoying someone or they don't like them back, even if it isn't, love-wise, but friendship-wise and stuff like that. When honestly, they might feel the same exact way, but you cutting yourself off ain't doing shit. You just need to like them despite it.
I think I'm gonna need a cup of tea after this.
Yeah.
I have a lot of introspection to do.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. It's what you wrote the game for, right?
Yeah. It's deep as fuck.
I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard voicing other France.
Yeah, that's why I gave the option to let me do it so you wouldn't have to handle it.
Can we end it now?
Yeah. So, this is me and Lubo. So have a good day, everybody. Bye. Love yourself
Bye.
and others. Have hope. Love yourself.